What's your message to your team at this point?
Well, I haven't talked to him yet.
Or what will it be?
Yeah, the message is we're going to look at the stuff that we did well, that we liked and we can build from. We look at the issues that we have to deal with, the balance on offense and running the ball and not being able to get that done. Third downs have been a problem, and show reasons why we keep believing. You know, there's enough sparks in this game and guys making plays and coming through that there's reasons why it was 7-7 halftime. You know, and at halftime we thought we were going to come out and go get that game. You know, we felt great about it and felt comfortable about the opportunity, and everybody was chilled out. And we really the big run really was a backbreaking play. You know, we got them 3rd and 4 or something. They run it. We got guys in position. And we don't get off the field there, and that was a difference maker. But we came right back after that. You know, and got after him pretty good the very next drive on defense and got a couple sacks and all. So there was positives in there that we'll try to build on. That's all we can do at this time, and see if we can't, you know, keep our focus on building on the things that we can do and try to minimize and eliminate the things that we can't do. You know, we get to a game with a crew that calls a lot of penalties. We throw 4 penalties at them, which was a big focus in the game. We got that done. Offense didn't have a penalty. We had the 1 turnover that they get on a crazy play on the sidelines. Excellent job by them. So there's some stuff to work with there, and we just have to keep the negative plays and the aspects from entering in the result of the game, and so we'll see if we can get that done.
Now that you had a chance to check out the film, yeah, I know you're not going to change a whole lot offensively in 1 week, but is the game that was called by Greg Olson more similar to what you were looking for?
Yeah, we're moving. We're going to move in a good direction here. It was drinking from the fire hose last week. You know, I mean, it was as hard as it could get for those guys to get set up and get rolling. I hope that we'll make some good improvement here. The process during the week was much more like the one that we want. Communication for the players and to the coaches was good, and we'll see if we can't just build on that.
Yesterday at right guard, you switched between Moxley and Rodgers a little bit. What went into that decision making, and also what was your evaluation of the offensive line in general from last night?
Yeah, well, I think I mentioned last night that during the competition of the week, and then finding out that we weren't able to play Jordan, that was all part of the factor. Those guys kind of balanced it out during the week, and so we let them fight for their job, and so it's a good battle going on. We'll continue that this week. What was the other part of it?
Just in terms of the offensive line in general with Greg Olson,
Yeah.
what are some things that you would say you like?
We're getting hit way too much, and Gino threw a pretty good game, but as far as the throwing part of it, but we're getting hit too much, and we're having trouble keeping people from getting in the backfield, particularly in the drop back game, and so we have to shore that up. We did some things to help us in protection, but it didn't help us enough, so we just got to get better.
It looks like Trey Tucker last couple of weeks able to beat the defense down the field, but one reason or another not able to get him the ball. What do you think of Trey's play lately, and what could you do to?
He's doing everything he can. And a week ago, he found some spots where we really had chances that we missed out on. We didn't get a chance to get to him in this one yesterday, but he's doing fine.
You did a Mayor and Meredith?
No. I do not, to help you for this week coming up. They're still, it's day to day with those guys.
Is there a chance that either Rodgers or Mafi could earn in practice this week the 100% of the snaps instead of a rotation? Or?
I don't know about that. We'll find out. I like that they both got chances to work, and they both did some good things. They held up. So I don't need to call that yet. We'll see what happens.
How much does it mean to you to see Max continue to play at the level that he has over the last couple of weeks, and how is that a message sent to the rest of the defense on how to play as well?
Yeah, Max is a phenomenal player. He's a phenomenal player. I mean, his consistency, the sacks he gets, the tackles for losses. I mean, he's playing as good as anybody can play, and that's not a surprise. You guys have been around a long time watching him. He continues to play at an extremely high level and produce and lead and send the right message and stand for what it takes to play great football. And I mean, it's obvious that he is so consistent. He's just that darn good, So thrilled about that. And does it elevate other guys? Yeah. I mean, Malcolm's coming along. Malcolm's had a couple sacks last couple weeks and getting back into it and helping us be productive. Max has a tremendous impact on this team and continues to.
I mean, that's the defense overall too, especially young players like Ashton aren't used to this. How valuable is that Max like in that situation?
Well, you're talking about Max's.
Just his leadership.
Yeah, it's enormous to see a great player play great. And it's more than, it's one thing about reputation and all that, but he doesn't live on that. He lives on what he does with the very next play he gets, and does everything he can to get the most out of it. And that's the messaging that we try to send through all of our players. And he's a great illustration of what we're talking about. But not everybody has the same ability as Max. Not everybody is as talented as him. Max has proven that over a long time, and so we need more players that that can play to that close to that kind of level, and we'll be more productive, and we'll make more things happen, and we'll be harder to deal with.
What have you seen from the cornerback rotation between Caillou and Darian, and Caillou comes up with another interception?
Yeah, well, Caillou's got a real knack for getting the football now. He's got great hands. He has great timing and confidence in making plays, and that was a fantastic play. But he and Chin made passing and off down on the goal line down there to turn that drive away. But Darian played really well also, and so those guys are doing okay. Early in the year, Kai got they got after him a little bit. They got some shots at him, and so he just had to bounce back from that and play his way through it, which he's done. So we rotate those guys too because they both deserve to play.
How big was that communication between Chin and Caillou to be able to pass them off on?
That was excellent football right there. Because they tried to rub it off, and those guys both felt it coming and played off it just exactly like you'd hope. If they'd have thrown it to Jeremy's guy, he'd have made a play. And so, fortunately, it's not just the chance you're in the right position, but you can convert the play and make it a turnover that was huge. So. I thought the next drive that we had on defense was really stellar because of the crazy interception that they get on the tip ball, and our guys came right back and stopped them on fourth down, and just showed how the mentality of this group it's worth fighting for. It's worth fighting to put them in winning situations so they can make the plays, and so it's a good group.
I know it's kind of late in the season, but you talked about missed tackling kind of being an issue throughout the season, and also it kind of being an issue last night. How do you continue to try to improve that even this far in the season?
Yeah, we work on it really hard with a lot of emphasis. We make a big deal about it. We have a whole style, you know about that, of how we do it, and we just have to come through and finish technique strong and do it right, and take advantage of all of the work. So it's kind of been spread out. A number of guys been on the perimeter a lot, and we don't make the plays right off the bat, and so now guys get into more vulnerable positions. But we have ways to teach that. We teach it, and we drill the heck out of it. So we just got to do it better.
When you talk about what Max brings to the defense, everything he's been doing, in many ways look at Brock as the equivalent on the other side of the ball.
There's no doubt. I mean, the fact that our top players play great football is because they're our top players, and they jump out and stand out on our team. And Brock had huge drive and big play, and the other touchdown play, the perfect execution. But if you really look at the route he ran on his first touchdown pass, he set it up beautifully and was wide open in the back line for Gino. So yeah. Those guys are really good, and the fact that I thought the same as you're asking, that they stand out because they continue to play at a really high level. Well, that's what we're trying to get more guys that can do that, play along with them.
Very good. Thank you.